Okay. It's running a little low. Oh, no, it's not. It's fine. It's just fine. Oh, wait. Let's see. She's in. There we go. All right. Let's see. Well, hello. Let's forge a little something. A little something. I think what I need to do here. This is good. Oh, that's beautiful. Gorgeous. Perfect. It's kind of loose. I think it's so loose. Look at that. Let's tighten that baby up a little bit, huh? There we go. That's better. What's going on? I'm going to forge like a little mini recurve, mini kukri type thing today. This morning, maybe. Maybe. This hammer seems off. It's always seemed a little off. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it's just me. Could be. All right. What are we at poundage here? Let's turn this baby up just a little bit. Turn that guy up. Well, good morning, everybody. Just heating up the forge a little bit. I think I'm going to forge out a little mini kukri recurve-ish thing. I got 3/16 80 CRV2 here, and so that should be plenty. It's not going to be like a full-size recurve. Like, it's not going to be like a chopper, I don't think. So, what's up, Hawkslings? Good morning, ladies and gents. Let's be honest, gents, because my following is pretty much all guys. And I don't mind it at all. The boys always show up, you know? Hello from Russia. What is up? All right. Did you guys see the last build video? I just put it up, last week? Was it last week? Last Friday? I'm pretty stoked with it. It turned out pretty good. I was pretty happy with the build. So, what's up, Countdown? I got a sliver. Just realized that. Ow. Is that a piece of metal? How do you get that out of there? There it is. Got it. Thanks, man. Yeah, it was a fun build. I'm probably going to re-etch it today before I get ready to post it to sell it. I have a couple things I want to do, but I was happy with the build. I thought it turned out pretty good. Okay, so we'll let that baby heat up. Trying to think if I want to forge the handle first, or if I want to forge the running through. The best thing to do is while it's heating up is to really run through your processes of like what you actually want to do. I think I'm going to forge the tip in, pull the tip down. So like anything that incorporates depth in a piece. Oh, thanks. Me too. Hello from Poland. What's up, Vito? Welcome to the stream. Took off my door. I guess I can put that back on, huh? Put my door back on. Oh, now we're getting closer. I'm definitely not touching that, though. I am, that's hot. Too hot. Get the tip nice and hot. I would like to see how you etch your blades. It's pretty simple. So if I want like a high contrast finish, where it's very silver, very black, but not a deep etch, I'll put in this, which is Gator Piss. The company Baker Forge, Tool and Forge makes it. But you have to take it up to like 1,000 at least, 1,000 grit finish. And then I also have, for my depth, to make them, I have a 4:1 ferric chloride solution, and that's how I get my depth in the etch. And then that's pretty much, those two things are how I etch my blades. So the ferric will give you, it's a dirtier etch. You got to work a little harder. The Gator Piss is a super clean etch, but it can be finicky at times, which can be a definite issue. But the main go-to is ferric. I love the Gator Piss if you do a really good job of cleaning your blade and getting it prepped. But it's hard because you can't forge it to shape because the decarb will show up really bad, which is always kind of an issue. All right, she's almost cooking. She's almost ready. Let's get this baby going. All right, so we're gonna forge in the tip is the very first thing we're gonna do. I got some serious distance here, but that's all right. Oh, using 3/16 is so much nicer. Much nicer. There we go. Beautiful. Why did that get locked? I tightened up the rivet and I made it a little too tight. Let's put that in this hole right here. Right like that. Beautiful, there we go. All right, how much that setup cost you? What setup are you talking about? I got a lot of setups in the shop. What brand of tongs do you have? These are literally from Amazon. Yeah, I don't have fancy tongs. Yeah, these are from Amazon. I have a bunch of different ones. I have like NC, I think, or something. Mustad, made in Austria. I got ones I made, some from Amazon specials. So, nothing too crazy. These ones work really well. I'm gonna buy a bunch of these, but the only difference, they're kind of heavy from Amazon, but you could forge the actual tongs out, like the handles, and they'd actually be decent. But you made blade for sword. I've made a sword. Not a fan, to be honest. Not a huge fan of swords. Me making swords. People that want to make swords, that's rad. You do you. But I just personally don't care to make swords. Even though this looks like it's going to be the size of a sword. But I promise you, I'm not making a sword. No sword for me. There we go. Now we're almost there. 3/16 is so nice because you're not like barely any work and you got a tip in there. Without it deforming like crazy with the 1/8 inch. Beautiful. Oh, the tank's getting low. I was like, man, that seems like it's a little low. Yeah, my tank's getting a little low. Really interesting watching your job. Well, I appreciate that. You finding it interesting. It's honestly crazy that this is my job. I still have a hard time believing that I've been doing this for so many years. But I wouldn't trade it, that's for sure. Especially coming from the construction industry, working outside in the weather. This is fantastic. Got a Damascus bill I need to get going. That's a little one though. I need to stack that thing way, 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 way up. So we'll get the tip forged in. Once I get the tip in there, then I think I'm gonna pull it down. Get the tip opened up, and so we'll leave it thick. That way I can pull it down a little bit and get that recurve-ish shape. You know what I mean? That recurve-ish shape. Okay, so now let's get this thing. You know what I mean, Vern? What? What? I don't think I do. I don't know if you're talking to me. I gotta get the tip pulled down. I don't know why I keep setting that down there like that. Get the tip pulled down. Do some tongue flips. Some tongue flips. I'm gonna switch my propane tank soon enough. Little tank that could. I think they're the 25-pound ones. 25 pounds? Something like that. Maybe. Maybe not. Whew. Alright, we gotta forge the tip all the way flat and then pull it down. Bum, 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 bum. Pull it down, man. Alright, forge tip down. Nice and flat. There we go. And now let's use cross peen. Get this tip out. Now we're just going to use the cross peen part to kind of stretch the tip, fan it out in certain directions. Whew. Okay, there's questions. Hold on. Let me answer them maybe. What do we got? Hello, I have a couple of questions. Okay. First is, how do you keep your blade straight while you forge it out? Second, what is the process to keep it for warping while you heat treat? So, really simple. For when you're forging it out, you'll see me do it if you're watching the beginning of this. What I usually do is, if I'm using 3/16, I forge down on the tip and then flip it sideways and straighten it out. A couple hits. Down on the tip, straighten it out. Down on the tip, straighten out. You're constantly fluctuating from forging the tip in on the spine to keeping it nice and flat. And also, as you forge the tip in, it's going to get thicker. And you don't want it to get too thick in the tip. So as you forge the tip, you want to be able to to thin it out. So you're fluctuating from both. That's how you keep it nice and straight while you're forging. And then as far as like heat treatment, your biggest, best friend's going to be going through and actually thermocycling your steel. And then usually after I thermocycle, I'll clamp, or after I quench and I clamp it to make sure things stay straight and they don't warp. By the way, the build you just did was amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You enjoy Alex Steele or Jimmy DiResta? I watch Alex Steele. I've never really watched Jimmy DiResta. So, nice anvil. Thank you. Yeah, I've never really watched Jimmy DiResta. To be honest, I just haven't really thought about watching Jimmy DiResta. Nothing against him. I know who he is and seen him, but I've been watching Alex Steele for years. So you can see using the crossbeam section right here, it's really pulling, it's not pushing the steel out, it's pulling the steel down. This anvil's a little short for me. All right, thank you for answering my questions. I love your channel. No problem. Thanks for being here. You know what I mean, Vern? Is a reference to Jim. Oh, Ernest movies. Okay, I didn't watch too many of the Ernest movies. I've watched a few, or seen clips of it. Same. Thanks. Thanks, Brian. That's funny. You know what I mean, Vern? Yeah. Oh, Ernest. I probably watched. I don't know how many movies he has. I've watched one. I just don't remember it that well. Such an interesting character, I should say. All right, we're getting the tip forged in, which is starting to look good. Open it up. Ugh, it's working. Like I said, a little mini kukri / recurve is what we're going for this morning. But man, it feels good to be using 3/16. That 1/8 inch is just kind of a pain in the butt. You know what I'm saying? We'll do like kind of a brute forge. Really get this thing forged out to shape the best we can. We still got some thickness to go. Need to bring the tip. I want to bring the tip way back in here, so should probably do that a little bit. I need this job. Well, it takes a lot of years to get here, that's for sure. It's let's just say it's not easy to make knives for a living, and very few of us get to a place where we're actually doing it full time successfully, like not struggling. It's hard, but when you do make it, yeah, it's a really cool job. Most of the time, people, I'll just say, just keep it a hobby. Keep it fun, enjoy it. You won't have the stresses of it being an actual business. So it isn't easy, that's for sure. It is not an easy job. But it's rewarding. And I'm grateful to be where I am. One of these days I'll do a story on where my shops have went, because my first shop was like the size of the garage door. And then I went through like 4 different ones to get to this shop. And now, being in this shop, I'm pretty much feeling fantastic. I'm stoked. It's a good place to be. Keep that tip forged down. Alright, I want to bring like I said, I want to bring that back a little bit. I don't know why I just opened my hand up. I literally just I got the wrong tongs for the job. Come on. Ah. Ah. That's it. Yes. Yeah, we did it. Success. Success. We got it. Yeah, I don't think I could handle the stress of making knives full time, but it's an awesome as a hobby for me. For sure. I suggest most people keep it a hobby. It's literally, you have to work so freaking hard to make it a full-time gig, successfully full-time gig. You have to be a videographer. I got these new bottles. Check how cool these are. So sweet. They're glass. You got to be a videographer. You got to be a marketer. You got to do everything. Oh, it is not an easy gig, but I freaking love it. I've learned so much building this business. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. We're definitely running low on our propane. Keep having to turn it up. Turn it up. Crank it to 11. Here we go. What is it, Monday morning? It is. This is Monday morning. Whew. Monday. What do I want to do here? What do we want to do? Keep forging. I gotta forge. I want to forge. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. All right, let's get this tip stretched out just a little bit more. Why do I keep doing that with my freaking tongs? Ah! Come on. Don't be shy. Don't do it. Oh, we got that one. Did it that time. I keep opening up my hand, and I can genuinely say I don't know why I'm doing that. Oh, Lord. Hey, I'm looking to get into this. Do you know some workable equipment I should get first? I can't afford the crazy stuff, but just some basics. Yeah. Okay. Basics. To be honest, the most important thing you're going to need is a grinder. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, there's a few options of 2x48s. So you're going to look at a 2x48 grinder, 2x48. They're on Amazon. Grizzly Industrial sells one now. A few other companies. That's going to be your cheapest and best option for sure is a 2x48. Look up those. You'll need a grinder. As far as a forge goes, you'll need a forge. So I'd go on Amazon, buy the double burner forge, and then get some satinite refractory, which is a cement that you could turn into like a cement, and coat the whole inside with the satinite so you're not breathing in fiberglass from the kale wool. Those are your two most important things that you're gonna need, and then I'll explain more. Hey, look at that, I didn't drop it. Would you look at that? Forge in this next bevel area. So you'll need a forge, and then you're gonna need a propane tank, and the 2x48 grinder. Those are going to be your starting point. As far as that, you need a drill press, or, well, you could use it hand drill too. Hand drill will be fine, or a drill press. That's your kind of starting off point. And I'd start out with like stock removal just to see if you like knives. And then, believe it or not, this is a Harbor Freight anvil. $139 for this anvil, and it works beautifully. But the only thing, you can get really cheap anvils. This thing, honestly, it works really well for the price, as long as you mount it well. This thing's glued to the ground so it doesn't move. So I can hammer on the horn, I can hammer anywhere I want, and this doesn't move. So 139 bucks for this anvil, which is a crazy steal, because it really does work well. And then there's probably more stuff I'm not thinking about yet. Probably should. Let's forge this. Forge that down a little bit. Go. You gotta forge that little circle in there. Alright, now we can forge that bevel out. Okay, awesome. Thanks again. Enjoy your day forging. No problem. Thanks for being here. I'll answer any questions anybody's got to the best of my ability. They're not going to be, you know, they're what I choose as far as like what works for me. People must be busy. Slow stream today. That's all right though. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. It's always funny when our streams are slow. It's like, what's happening? I say, oh, not. Yeah, there we go. Now let's forge these bevels out a little bit. Is it Damascus? No. Just a bar of steel. No Damascus this morning. Just a bar of steel. I wanted to make like a little mini kukri. A little recurve, kukri type thing. Ugh. Let's see how she goes. Come on, watch YouTube. Oof. A little hot in here. Who would have thought? I'm gonna make sure my heater's still keeping. Oh, nice. Okay. She's going good. Got a little diesel heater I've been working on. Make sure it's still pumping the way it should. Just dandy here. right, let's see if we can. Stretch that a little bit. Need to get that forged in, angle that down. So I'll work on the handle a little bit here. The handle, put a handle on it. Made a mess. Earlier. Ugh. Don't want to get too old. That in the garbage. Go like this. It's the secret sauce right there. Secret sauce is push it on the ground, sweep it up. That's the secret sauce, guys. Gotta keep it clean. Otherwise I lose it a little bit. Hard for me to think clear if I don't have a clean workspace. Get out of there. There we go. I'll get back to forging. Just leave that there for a second. Hi, how are you? I did a live with my phone, laugh aloud. What a shaky story it was. Oh no! Did a live with your phone, what a shaky story it was. What happened? Why was it so shaky? Get this handle started. It was shaking, huh? Yeah, you really got to keep these phones mounted real tight. Otherwise, if you're moving around, it'll be all over the place. Crazy. Why are you without gloves? I don't know. I don't like to wear gloves. Honestly, it's hard for me. I lose dexterity when I'm holding on to things, and I mean, I don't really care to forge with gloves on. What state are you in? Outdoors with Caden. Why? Honestly, I don't really, it's being on lives and stuff with my family, I don't really give out where I am anymore and stuff, and it doesn't really matter. My phone is a Samsung, problem 1, haha. Problem 2, I used a neck mount thing at bottom line. Oh yeah, those neck mount things, they're horrible. They work good if you're just sitting still. If you're moving, no sir. It won't work. It won't work for you. Get this clip point kind of forged in while forging in this little finger choil. I want this part to be thicker. We'll get there. So now we'll take this and we'll hammer in right like so. Get that little finger choil area in there. We're going now. Just wondering. No, I mean, I get it. Everybody wonders. I just, honestly, since I know everybody can look it up online and all that, but I got wife and kids and I just don't put ourselves on the internet too often. I was cutting a tree. It was a wild show hopping all over. Yeah, you got to get one of these chest mounts that are actually mounted around your chest if you're going to be doing that kind of stuff. If you're just sitting there or walking just normal back and forth, that little neck mount thing works well. I've seen them. They make it seem like it's just like beautiful, awesome thing. It's going to work so great. And I'm like, eh. The old GoPro chest mount's where it's at. That's what I got you guys on. Plus I got the fisheye lens though. This 14mm fisheye from Moment. Because it's like, that's what you would be seeing like so if I didn't have this on. And then if I could put it on. And then now you can see that much with the fisheye. So the fisheye's rad. I scratched it, but luckily you can't really see the scratch area too much, so that's good. But oh yeah, for sure, I scratched this thing up pretty good. All right, let's get this finger notch thing forged in here a little bit here. There we go. Now we're starting to look like a thing. Probably should have filmed this. It's funny when I always forget to film. I was like, you dumb. It's, I'm gonna clamp this in the vise. Hammer that thing a little bit. Yeah, this lens is awesome. It's kind of the only reason you guys could really see what I'm doing. I got a few of those lenses. I got a 75mm macro. I love that thing for those shots. And then I got a anamorphic from them. Now we are fish. I heard you guys live in a pineapple under the sea. That's what I heard. What a massive difference in the lens. The lens is rad. And it's full quality too. So it's better than like if you have the iPhone, you use the 0.05, it distorts it. This lens keeps it full quality. So you can actually see without being it blurred as the outsides. So the lens works really, really well. I'm liking how this knife is turning out. I gotta clamp in here though and get this. I opened it up so far. Forge in that little area. I wish I had a. I need to make a tool. You know what I mean? I wish I had one. I don't really have a tool to use though. Not really. Just, let's see here. See if we can get this thing. Get off of there, sucker. I don't want to forge it too aggressively because I'll get it all messed up if I do. I'm just going to lightly forge on that. All right. It's looking a little better. I gotta do some adjusting though. We're gonna leave this little finger choil area forged in. I heat that up and forge it in again. Keep on keeping on. Oh yeah, she's getting low. We're gonna run out of propane. No, I'm just kidding. I got a whole nother tank back there, but I'm about to switch tanks. Switch tanks mid forge. Oh, this is gonna be a cool knife. I'm actually really liking how it's looking. Looking pretty sweet. I don't mind it one bit. Don't mind me walking around. I get antsy waiting for the steel to heat up. I hate waiting. Wish it was just hot. You could just put it in there, hot. I need to get a induction forge. That thing's like instant. That'd be so rad. Oh, just about to clean up. No, get back in there. Throw that in the trash. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. Do you sell knives? Yeah, I do. On my website. I currently have 0 available, but every Friday I do a drop of available knives. And I'll show you. I only have a couple here that are shipping out today. So this is like the YouTube knife. It's a really crazy build. I'm gonna be re-etching that one again today. Such a cool, unique piece. And then we got like the baby shark. This one was some copper handles on it. But I sell all kinds of different ones. We got like the chef knife, the burnt wood scales, ballistic scales, all kinds of things. But yeah, so I do sell knives. Every Friday I try to do a drop on my website, and it's throughout the day. If you're signed up for my email list, you get notified when the drop's happening. If you don't, you just have to get on there and hope that the one that you wanted is still there, because there's a chance it's gone. Try to eke this thing out a little bit here. There we go. Now we're talking. Still got to get a little bit more right here. Trying to adjust this little spot right here. That finger choil area is really important. Spend a little bit of time on that. There we go. Now we're getting it. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit more, but that's looking good. Mucho better. Yeah. There we go. Much better. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to switch tanks. My tank's running out. All right, let's switch tanks here. Let's go like this. Pop that one off. Close up our valve. You always got to remember, propane tanks are always opposite. Opposite threads. Nice and snug. See, we'll pop this back on. It might just go. There it goes. Where are we at here? There we go. Beautiful. I want to check real quick. I always check to make sure there's no leaks. You can use simple green, anything that kind of has suds in it. None that I see. We're good. Sweet. I've got a piece of 304 stainless steel. I cut off a shish kebab skewer. I'm making it into a lockpick. 79 mils, and I need to work it 20 mils at most. Will it work, and how can I strengthen it? So, you can't strengthen 304. It's not you're not going to be able to quench it or make it stronger. It's really going to be what it is. Because just 304 is just not a hardenable steel. So I would suggest... Hi, Andrea. Sanchez, smart. Yeah, I always check just to make sure she's not leaking, especially when I pump it into there. So, but we're good. I would suggest getting like an ABL steel, to be honest. That's a really strong stainless. If you want it to be stainless, I would suggest like an ABL. Unless you want to go like a S45 VN or something, but I would suggest at least, yeah, ABL stainless steel. Be a good one that you can actually harden. There we go. Now we're talking. That's looking good. Okay, let's get that moved. Get that moved out a little bit. I like that. Now we got to forge this down. I want it to be right about here. Not much though. Close. You're close. Oh, mate. This ain't a knife. This is a knife. Thank you very much. No problem. Yeah, I would suggest, especially if you're going down, I use a lot of ABL. I actually have 304 right here, but it says cladding. It's not to be hardened. So if you get ABL, you can actually heat it up and quench it, and then do a cryo, which is actually not liquid nitrogen. You can get dry ice and alcohol and put it in there after you quench. It'll get negative 100 degrees, and then you could put it in your oven. 2 sessions at 2 hours apiece at 400 degrees, and you're gonna have a really strong piece of steel, which is what you want. Nice strong piece. Let's get this baby forged out a little bit here. Let's see, we can get that guy. Baby, forge down a little bit. Gotta forge the handle into this guy. It's good. We want that to point down, which we'll acknowledge here in a second. But we also want a clip point, so that's looking good. All right. ABL, excellent. You have no idea how helpful that was. I got stuck at the best point, that part where everything goes quick and smooth, because I couldn't decide keep it as a poker or make it a pick. Could have literally put the project on hold, sit there for months to remain decision. Oh man, thank you very much, and no problem. I'm here to answer any questions I can. It's not like I know everything, but if I have any knowledge in that, I'll give my advice. But yeah, ABL is pretty rad steel. ABL is specifically known to be really tough and durable, so it can actually bend and move. So it's a good thing. Thank you for making a good knife. Well, thank you for being here and saying that. I appreciate that. I try to make a good knife. You know, I mean, sometimes you fail, sometimes you succeed. You never know. But we're out here. We're out here doing it. We're getting close. I'm liking the look of it. The handle's probably one of the hardest parts, though. That's always where it can make or break you. especially because I'm trying to just forge it in. I don't want to I don't want to grind it in. I want it to be forged in. And I have a very specific kind of look that I go for. So that's also what makes it very hard, is wanting a knife to be a specific shape on your handle. Makes things a little bit more difficult. So we got that. I want this to be the widest point right here. Which it looks like we are. Forge that in. I need to bring that back a little bit, and we'll get that cut off and forge in the rest. We're getting there. Randomly found you, not even my cup of tea. So glad I did. Subscribe to Your Knowledge of Steel is priceless to me, human. Well, that's awesome. I appreciate you being here. That's funny. How much does it cost to start forging stuff? Oh, man, there's no price as far as like... You can get into forging for under $500, actually. Like realistically, if you want to start forging, under $500, you can get yourself a decent anvil like I have, $139 at Harbor Freight. You can get yourself forged, not like that, but you can get yourself a forge for like $130, I think, too, from Amazon. You can get some hammers from Harbor Freight. I literally use Harbor Freight hammers. So you can get those pretty cheap from Harbor Freight. I think they're literally like $10. And so under $500, you can go get your vise from Harbor Freight. Like Harbor Freight's got the goods. But yeah, you can get, for under $500, you can really start forging decently. I did everything as cheap as possible until I started getting popular and actually got sponsors and like people that wanted to support me. So now I don't have to worry as much because I got companies that will literally support everything I do. All right, let's get this part forged in there. Okay, the handle's actually coming together pretty good. Don't mind that. You know what? I'll probably forge this down. I'm going to leave that flat. I might change it at the very end, but that's the last thing I should do. So, handle, ow, that's hot. The handle always takes a long time because it's, like I said, I'm forging it to shape. It's not as easy. Let's see. Good, because I have one more question. I'll do it, send it. Same here, I found it randomly. That's so rad. That's it, dang. Yeah, it doesn't cost a ton to get into it. Now, I'm not forging as much as I'm grinding and new to all of it. Is it possible, / what kind of tool, if in the middle of that 79 mil metal, I wanted to put a rectangle slot in the middle of it? Oh, okay. So all you need, it's actually pretty simple, is you just need to make a punch really easy wherever it is. What the heck did I do with it? Oh, one of these. So if you got a chunk of metal and you grind it to look like that, you can take that steel, put it flat, hammer this in until you can see it on the other side, flip it over and hammer this through, and you're going to literally forge a rectangle into the middle of it. So you just need a chunk of steel, or if you live next to a railroad spike would work perfect. So I have a bunch in a box, but they're back there. But a railroad spike would work fantastic if you're next to a railroad. But that's what I would suggest. Just heat it up with the oxyacetylene torch or just the propane butane torch, and you'll be set. But yeah, I just forged that in and call her good. But that's just my suggestion. Woo, that's looking good. Love it when a knife comes together, huh? That's looking pretty sweet. Forge this back just a little bit more. We're almost there. We got a little bit more to forge. I'm going to forge that out just a little more. Okay. That's awesome. Congrats to our sponsors. Yeah, it's really wild. 100 American dollars and it's 500. Yeah. Oh, that's a bummer. No, I got like the sponsors. They gave me these two grinders. Beaumont hooked me up with those. They're the best. I've gotten the forge and a bunch of other tooling and stuff. So companies really helped me out, which is huge. And I do my best to help them out. It's a wild place to be. Coming from a shop that literally had nothing, that was a shed runoff extension cords, to this type of shop in a few years is absolutely wild to me. Okay, there we go. Now we're talking. That's the size of the floor right there. Now we're getting ourselves a proper knife here. I do love doing Brute Forged. Forging a knife out to shape is just something cool. I need to cut this off, so I'm actually we're gonna slice that baby off so I can start forging in the back of this. Oh, I hate when I drop it. That's all right. We'll get it. Okay, let's heat up the other end and then we'll hot cut it. So we'll heat this baby up until she's nice and hot, and we'll cut it off on the edge of the anvil. So my wife has a chef knife that is made out of 80 CRV2. She was using it to cut vegetables and now it has a black spots on it. What causes this? 80 CRV2 is a high carbon and it's called a patina. So high carbons develop patinas as you cook with them. It's actually a good thing. So when you get those spots, it'll turn black. As long as it's not rusty, don't leave it wet. You'll get a patina, and once the patina develops, it acts as a protective layer. So some people do forced patinas, but it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing to have those spots on your blade. So you almost cut yourself. No, it's not sharp, so. But yeah, so it's a forced patina, or it's a patina from cooking, and it's the acidic stuff from cutting vegetables and all that. It's gonna happen. Unless you use a stainless steel, it's gonna have a patina. I have stainless steel chef knives, but I also have high carbon steel chef knives, so. And yesterday got 60,000 views. That's so rad! What's up, Duck Rabbit? Adam Boyles, can I get a shout out? Well, yeah, thanks for being here, Adam Boyles. Appreciate you. All right, let's hot cut this sucker. We got a lot of extra steel that I don't need. So that is how you hot cut steel. Now we can work on the handle. Go, stick that in there. What are we making today? We're making a little recurve type of knife. I'm gonna get in this Friday's drop if I can pick the steel up off the ground. Just stay over there. So that's what we're making. Damn, you got 2 knives worth there. It's a 18-inch bar, so Okay, thank you. And what do you recommend washing it with? Just anything, really. Just soap. Literally Dawn dish soap. Whatever soap you use, it doesn't really matter as long as you dry it off afterwards. Just never put it in the dishwasher and always keep it as dry. And if you have a wax, like a food grade wax or anything, or an oil, put oil on it, and that's about it. And then it's good to go. All right, let's forge. Let's forge this guy out a little bit. Yeah, boy. Probably should just cut that off, honestly, or grind it off. Kind of a big old thing. We'll see if we can put it in the vise and we'll forge that down. Let's heat that thing up and try to forge her down in the vise. Sweet, truly grateful. Hope you have a great day. Hope all goes good with the knife and maybe wild, but enjoy. You deserve it. You seem like a legitimately good person. Well, thank you, Rick. I appreciate that, man. That really does mean a lot. Try to put out good into the world, you know? This place can be positive. I mean, literally, you guys are here and we're having a good time, just chit-chatting, and it's cool. So, I genuinely enjoy hanging out and chit-chatting and talking and doing all that. Let's get this baby. Let's see. As I smacked my... When you forge with the small peen of it, you can move more steel exactly where you want it. Clamps down! There we go. Let's see where that gets us, huh? Same here, I like to chat. Wow, I have no idea what you said. There we go. That's looking better. Get that back in there and forge it down a little bit more. We'll be sitting pretty. All right. We are closing in on victory on this bad boy. I've been on here for an hour. Ooh, already being an hour. That's crazy. Wild. Yeah, the YouTube Shorts, it's where it's at for streaming. Should I touch it? Just move it? Oh, that thing's hot. I'll burn the crap out of my hand. Bad News Bears. Dude, I like this knife. It's coming together. I'm going to forge the booty of this thing out a little bit more. Time flies when you're having fun, right? It really does, though, legitimately. Whenever I stream, it's always crazy to me how quickly it goes. Like suddenly I'm like, and there you go. Like that's it. It's been hours. I want to forge this down. Talking. It's amazing that you can move metal like this, you know? So cool. It's such an addicting thing to literally just move metal. It's so crazy. I gotta forge the handle a little bit more. Profile's looking pretty good. Just a little bit of something else I need to do. But we're getting there. I'm gonna forge the finger choil in. I gotta get the butt kind of shaped the way I want it, the booty. But we're getting there. I'm sweaty. I should not have a sweatshirt on. That's for dang sure. Sweatshirt was a mistake. Shouldn't have a sweatshirt on. Oh well. All right, we're gonna keep forging the butt of this guy down. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Can't seem to get that part. I'm gonna have to grind that in, I think. Maybe. I might put it in the clamp. See if I can. I don't want to grind anything on this thing. I really don't. Hate grinding stuff. Have you ever made a flipper? Wait, there's a guy who wants to take my car. I'll get my bat. Okay. All right. Have you ever made a flipper? Yes. Yes, I have. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it, but I have made one. I'm probably going to get into them more, but for right now, I'm just doing this. I really want to make sure I can make really good folders before I really get into it, like start selling them. But yes, I have indeed made a folder. Look at that. Vices, man. Make everything easier. They really do. So much better. Why do I keep dropping that thing? Ugh! Give me that. Give me that. There we go. There she goes. Oof. Love from Turkey. All right. Salam. Tried making a couple knives by doing stock removal. I can always get one side perfect with the bevels and plunge lines, but I can't line up the other side. I just don't know if I'm putting too pressure with my own dominant hand. So honestly, that takes time, and it's because you have a dominant side when you're grinding. What you should try to do is maybe start with your non-dominant side and move really, really slow. But that's definitely just an issue that a lot of people run into in general. Not just you. That's a problem a lot of people have. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Don't mind that. Definitely have a few things I'd like to change, but you can definitely do that. Awesome, thanks for the tips. Yeah, I'd start with your non-dominant because you can match it better with your dominant hand. There we go. How are we doing for length? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's a beaut, Clark. All right, let's forge the, well, actually, it's pretty close. Let's do the finger choil just a little bit. Now, what we do is after I do the finger choil area, I'm going to switch over to a small knife, small hammer. This little guy, just to chew up the profile. All right, practice. It's true. How's it going? It's going great. We're forging out a knife, 3/16, a little recurve-ish type of blade here. Did a brute to forge on it. I'm pretty stoked with the little design. It's cool. I'll have to grind a little bit on it, but it is no big deal. No big deal. I should probably put a stamp in it, though, to be honest. Where's my stamp? There's my stamp. There we go. Get my stamp ready. Let's see, we got to forge the finger choil just a little bit more. And then we will be sitting so pretty. I guess I could share clips from the live. I didn't think about that. Should probably do that. Grab some clips from the live. All right, let's get this little just I'm just going to forge that out. Looks pretty good. I think I'm going to put that in the vise, forge that down just a little bit. You walked right into that one. What? I like house-made true tilt work rest for my bevels. Yeah, bevels or using a jig's nice. Good duck joke. Good joke, duck. Have you ever made a sword? Yes, I have. Made a katana. Not a fan. Yeah, I made a sword. It was fine, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Here's some grinding jigs I use for my production style blades that I'm doing a ton of the same grinds. They work great. This one's designed with one knife. This is for one design and one design only. It's designed for, if I have one sitting here, these baby sharks. So literally goes in like this, boom, and then I grind it, and then pop that off, flip it over, put it in the same, and then grind that side. And so I use jigs for my production style blades, but that's about it. I freehand everything else. I'm better freehand than I am with a jig. Using a jig works good to get the pre-grinds, but I cannot finish grind with a jig. It just won't turn out the way I want it to. Ooh. Get this thing. There we go. Beautiful. This is that finger choil area I'm forging out. Just a little bit. Gotta fix that though. I got a little piece. Not exactly where I want it. Let's see if we can clean it up just a little bit. The horns of these anvils are just awesome. Looks pretty good. Definitely got to clean up that just a little bit though. I think we're good on that handle profile and stuff. Let's get clean up the bevels just a little bit. All right. They call me Jangle Leg. TP, dang, I'm missing anyone put a movie in a chat. Glad you got it so quickly. Why am I in this section of the screen? So I can see you while I'm forging. That's why. Question. When I'm doing my POV streams, I always end up with the sore back because I'm walking around and working weird. How do I fix that? You gotta mount your... So, I have mine mounted up really high. It's almost in the way. My phone, I can see over my phone and to the sides. You gotta balance between it being in the way and then you actually being able to see past it. So you're not like constantly punched over. Use the horn of my anvil a bunch. Yeah, the horn of the anvil's where it's at. Wish you luck. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, so you're gonna have a sore back if you don't have your phone mounted up high enough. Then you'll just be just getting some really light taps here. Trying to straighten this thing out. Okay, that's going to be ground off. I'm not too worried about that. Grind that little chunky off. I think pretty happy with that. I think I'm good. Good with that shape. Forge this part down now. Just a little bit. Go. I always make adjustments when I'm like, I'm done, and then I'm like, no, I'm not. It's just how it goes. You're like, this is it. And then suddenly, you're like, no, it's not. Okay, so, looking pretty good. I'm going to put a stamp in there. Let's heat that up and stamp it. And then we're going to go with that. That will be our knife. Bro, those tongs look sick. I need better tongs for sure. That's looking good. I got to quit procrastinating and get to it. Go after it. These tongs were like 20 bucks off Amazon. So... Amazon's where it's at. I mean, I know everybody's like, support American made and all that. I'm gonna be honest, it's hard sometimes when you're like, do I want to spend $40 on a pair of tongs or get 2 tongs for the price of 1? And it's difficult, you know? I try to support like my buddies and stuff when I can, but I also, you know, it's hard spending so much extra money. You don't need to. But that being said, try to support American made or just not Amazon. I'm working on a Japanese paring knife myself. That's cool. Japanese paring knife. That's pretty sweet. Oh, the Japanese style, Tontos and style knives are cool. I do like them. let's stamp this guy real quick. Put that baby right about there. There she is. Stamped. It's official. I really could clean up the bevels a little bit, but I don't think I need to. All right, that looks pretty good. I like it. Yeah, there's some tongs that came with my forge, but they aren't that good. Yeah, good tongs make all the difference. Tongs make such a big difference in the workshop. Okay, I keep saying I'm done, but then I forge a little bit more, and then I forge a little more, and then I forge a little more. I just want to make sure everything's straight. If it's not straight, then you're screwed. All right. Well, this is pretty much done. I'll hop off on here. Appreciate you guys being here, though. You guys are rad. I might be back on later. We'll see. But this night's pretty much done, so forging's done. So anyways, I'm out. You guys have a great day. Peace!